Hi there. I want to talk about, what I normally do at the end of a day. Now, when I go to work, I act responsibly, I do my work, I'm very Confucius about my work and about authority. Because, they're paying me there to get the job done. They're not paying for my brains, they're paying for me to teach kids, and I love teaching kids. I enjoy that. And problem with it is, a lot of Western, female teachers is they're acting like Stalin. They don't know how to control the class. They act like a mountain. Water doesn't automatically go up a mountain, it goes down a lake, you see. This is what Confucius talks about when he talks about authority. You need to be like a lake, because water instantly drags to a lake. Water doesn't run up a mountain, it's very difficult. And it's that controlling need many women have. Like feminists, that stops them from being able to control the river, control the students. And, I go home, I do my hobbies, I play my games, I go for walks, I spend my money on myself. Because I don't make that much money, I make enough money to live, and I have savings to buy a house in 2 or 3 years. Because houses are cheap where I'm going, You don't need much. And people ask me, why didn't you have a girlfriend? And I usually tell them, because I haven't found a girl who likes games and philosophy, and they go, oh yeah, okay, well maybe you're being a bit, choosy. I'm just like, choosy? How could I possibly enjoy my time with someone who doesn't like games and doesn't like philosophy? Who could I possibly spend my time with someone who doesn't enjoy having fun and enjoy using their neocortex? It would just be boredom, really. I couldn't enjoy that at all. And actually, one of my students, really intelligent girl, 1 in a million, you get them every so often, really advanced in English. She wrote an essay, and she said, she really hated, it was on relationships, and she said she hated her friends because, she hated lots of the popular girls, the other girls, because they were treated dating as a game. It was about popularity and beauty. They would have a date with a random guy in a shop or something for about 2 weeks, and then they'd just flick them off like that. Oh look, I'm attractive, I can get men. And this is all coming from a female student. And it's one of my best essays, I've actually got a copy of it. And it really gives you a deep insight into the female mind. And how, when a female's using her brain, she can point out what she hates. The same way I hate guys who instantly go into mammal mode and protect the female and that sort of thing when, they're not even part of the situation. Or white knight. That's the same problem. Or the jock, who's built his muscles up because it attracts women, but 50 years down the line, or even 20 years down the line, he's an old man. The actual answer, the deep answer to that, because I only ever get, really that far with them. I just say, because I want a woman who's intelligent and I want a woman who has fun, is I haven't seen a single baby boomer marriage work. That's including my family. My mother divorced. I love my dad, he's very nice, but he's a bit weak. My mother's brother's divorced, my uncle's divorced. Everyone's divorced in my family except my granddads, who are both dead. And their marriage lasted until they died. And that was because my granddads made, my grandmas were very dependent on my granddads for money, for security, and for knowledge. One of my granddads had a ton of wealth. He was a hard-working guy. He built half of a city in Devon. And he made a ton of money on that. And he sold his property, and he was living in a half mansion. I remember I spent most of my life in there. Fantastic time, great guy, real forward thinker, real business thinker. no nonsense sort of guy you need in your life. And their marriage has worked because my grandma was dependent on him for both money and security. And my other granddad was Christian, Jewish guy from Russia, and he was very tied with the community. He understood the council. He could get things done, things fixed, and my grandma couldn't do that. She was part of the community. She's a hard worker. She keeps ploughing on even today with the community. That's her whole life. But there's certain things she can't do without my granddad there. And she struggles. And that's really what it's all about. It's when two people really need each other. And that's not the sort of thing that happens today. If you go to any English school, you'll see flocks of girls who look absolutely beautiful, but they haven't got a pigeon, haven't got a brain cell to share between them. Not a lot of guys realize that, and they see the pretty girls and they think, oh my goodness, pretty girls, oh my. They don't realize that, 10 years down the line you're going to be paying their debts off for them. And they're very materialist as well. You see a girl with a ton of makeup on, that tells you she's a materialist. That tells you she feels very ugly inside and she's very insecure. Girl isn't wearing makeup, she's either naturally very pretty, or she's very self-reliant, self-secure, that sort of thing. Now, I have 2 female cousins, 1 male cousin, other cousins, but these are the important ones. My 2 female cousins, one's close to my age, she views herself as a complete screw-up. She's smart in the brain, and she's been looking after, basically, my uncle. My uncle works his whole life. He just got a divorce with his second wife, who almost tried to screw him for everything, except I told him to record everything, so he's alright. And, but he's a marine biologist. Pushed out when he was very young, and made a name for himself, but all he does is work. He has no life, and he's got screw-ups for children, unfortunately. I love them dearly, but she views herself as a screw-up. She's doing veterinary, which is, not bad. You're doing stuff, looking after animals. But she hates her sister even more. She's younger, and she's a complete gold digger. My cousin said, she wants just to find a man, and that's how she's going to live the rest of her life. She doesn't need an education. She doesn't need. She'll just divorce him for all his money, or she'll just live off him like a parasite. And she looks like she's going down the wrong road. Nice enough, though, on the outside as a cousin, but not a nice person on the inside. And these are the sort of people you have to contend with in my generation. Most of them either believe they're screwed up, they're intelligent, and they know they're surrounded by idiots, and it's very difficult to meet a good person in that. Or you're smart enough to know the person you're seeing in front of you is a materialist or narcissist, or just completely crazy. And a lot of this is to do with feminism and socialism. What kind of marriage can ever work when the person completely relies on you for everything, and they not just rely on you, they take advantage of you? That sort of thing can't work. And I was listening to a really interesting video today on the Versailles Treaty on Germany and the difference, the apples and oranges between sex and race. And really the best thing we can do is inform people. Some people are going to be completely selfish, because there's always that one kid who's always asking for money. Just completely selfish. But when you place the facts just out there, you say, look, I'm not interested, I'm not going to talk to you about it, I'm just going to tell you what I know, or I'll give you the information, you do whatever you want with it, you throw it away, you spit in my face, whatever happens. End of the day, I'm a Mgtow. End of the day, I enjoy my life. End of the day, I spend my money on myself. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I, hate feminists, but what can you do? I hate boils, and I hate whenever I get an injury. But an injury is an injury. I hate bees. I stay away from bees. I act calm. I go away. That's all you can really do. And that's all I need to do for myself. Anyway, this is dragging on. Just letting you know that even though there are bees out there, you can always go indoors. Have a good day.